Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns all she and her, and welcome back to my channel for part 21 of my favorite Sapphic books with Sapphic main characters. For those who don't know, Sapphic is an umbrella term for woman-loving women, which includes non-binary people. So without any further ado, I hope this video helps diversify your bookshelf. So with that said, the first book on this list is called Gay the Play Away. This story is a YA contemporary following a young, half-Asian Sapphic main character who starts to realize that she's in a cult. This book is absolutely so amazing and it's so well done. First of all, I love the fish out of water trope. I love that trope so much. Literally, it's so good. Second of all, the world building is excellent. The plot is so engaging. The Sapphic romance is so excellent and so well done. I love this idea of how, like, representation saves lives because it exposes you to other perspectives and other things that you might have not discovered inside of your own home. If that makes any sense, I always talk about how representation saves lives, and this book is a great example of that within the main character and how she discovers, like, her sexuality and, like, her found family and everything. This book is so good. I truly love it. It's one of my 5-star favorites from this year, and I think it's excellent and it's awesome. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The queerness is excellent and beautiful. This book is so good. So anyway, with all that to say, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Orpheus Girl. This story is a YA contemporary reimagining of the Orpheus myth as two girls who fall in love after they're sent to a conversion camp. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. However, with that said, it is also harrowing and heartbreaking considering, like, the setting. This book is so good and it's so well done. The writing is lyrical and it's beautiful. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. But please be wary of the trigger warnings, which I believe are included in the first chapter of the book, or in the foreword, or in the preface, or something like that. So yes, this book is mostly set at a conversion camp, so you can imagine what kind of things happen there if you know, like, what that is and everything. So anyway, with that said, this book is excellent and it's so good. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The romance is beautiful and so pretty and so well done. I love the queerness of it all. The plot is excellent. The world building is so good. This book is absolutely so underrated and it deserves so much more hype. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Rana, Joon, and the One and Only Now. This story is a YA historical fiction set in the 1990s, following a young Iranian Sapphic main character who wants to honor her deceased friend's legacy by joining a rap contest. And this book is advertised as Darius the Great meets On the Come Up, and it's absolutely so excellent and it's so well done. First of all, the characters are so well developed and so distinct. I love the poetry, I love the queerness. The plot is so engaging and it's so well done. I love the conversation surrounding grief and, like, love and loss. This book is so good. It's so moving. It's so raw. It's so messy. It's so good. The writing is lyrical and so pretty. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. Like, this book is excellent and it's so underrated and it deserves so much more hype because it's awesome. I read this book in, like, late July or something like that, and it's so good and I can't stop thinking about it. And I was so caught up and swept up in absolutely everything from the beginning to the end. This book is excellent and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, with all that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Time and Time Again. This story is a YA contemporary following a young, disabled Sapphic main character who is stuck in a time loop with their childhood crush. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so good. First of all, it's so heartwarming and it's so happy, it's so lighthearted, and I really enjoyed it. I love time loop stories, and this book did such a great job with not becoming monotonous or repetitive. Like, the story is excellent, the queer romance is so good, and it's so sweet and so happy. I love the queer representation. The two characters are both so well developed and so distinct. The disability representation is so good. Like, I love it so much. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. I loved all the family dynamics. This book is excellent and it's so good and it deserves all of its hype and so much more. and like it's so awesome. Like I will gladly read more from this author because they are unbelievably so talented. Whenever a book gets a lot of hype before it's out, I'm always a little skeptical about it. I'm always a little afraid the hype will not be worth it, because most of the time the hype before the book comes out comes from people who are really biased because they know the author personally or whatever. But like, this book deserves all of its hype and so much more because it's excellent. I really enjoyed it. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called How It All Ends. This story is a middle-grade contemporary graphic novel that follows a young main character who is bumped from 7th grade to high school early, and it's so good. I know I've said recently that I love graphic novels and I need to make more videos about graphic novels, and I keep not doing that. But anyway, this book is excellent and it's so good. First of all, the illustrations are so pretty and so well done. I think the reason why I haven't been making videos about graphic novels is that, like, I don't know how exactly I'm going to categorize them because I've read so many recently that I don't know if I should categorize them by, like, genre or representation or by audience or whatever. Anyway, the point is, this book is excellent and it's so good. The queer representation is awesome. Like, the Sapphic romance is so cute and it's so well paced. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. The plot is so engaging. The art is so pretty and it's so 2D and it's so awesome. Like, this book is excellent and I really enjoyed it. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called This Ravenous Fate. I feel like I've talked about this book so much lately since it came out. So if for some reason this is the first video you've ever seen by me, for those who don't know, this book is a YA historical fantasy set during the Harlem Renaissance, following two black lesbians, one of which is a vampire and the other one is a vampire hunter, and it's so good. First of all, I love black queer representation in general, especially set during the 1920s, which is one of my favorite historical time periods, just because I loved The Great Gatsby when I read it in high school, and it just seems like so atmospheric and so well done, which is interesting that I say atmospheric because The Great Gatsby is about, like, romanticizing something that you shouldn't romanticize, so I probably shouldn't romanticize the 1920s, especially as a black disabled woman. I know I would not have been treated very well, but anyway, the point is, this book is excellent. The setting is so good. It's so well researched. I love the world building. I love the romance. I love the characters. I love the plot. I'm so excited to read the sequel. It's going to be absolutely so amazing and so well done. This book deserves all of its hype and so much more. I think that every single black person should read this book. I think that this romance reminds me of Catradora. I think it's excellent. I think it's awesome. So anyway, all that to say, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Bánh Mì For Two. This story is a YA contemporary following two Sapphic Vietnamese main characters falling in love and bonding over food. This story is absolutely so excellent and it's so good. First of all, the romance is so lighthearted and it's so sweet and it's so happy and it's so wonderful. Second of all, the setting is so atmospheric and it's so pretty, and I loved all the food elements, especially as a person who's half Vietnamese myself. Like, this book is excellent. The history is so good as well. I loved those historical elements. The characters are so well developed and so distinct, and their chemistry made so much sense from the very beginning because it's so well paced and it's so cute. Like I said, the romance is excellent and it's so lighthearted and it's so wonderful. Like, this book is so good, and I truly think that people will eat it up. Like, no pun intended. This book is excellent and it's so good. I just read it recently and I did talk about it in a recent video, so I apologize if my review is rather redundant. But anyway, this book is excellent and it's really good, so with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Come Out, Come Out. This story is a YA horror contemporary following two Sapphic main characters who accidentally invoke a spirit who offers help but actually delivers something more sinister, but they don't remember actually making that deal. This story is so excellent and it's so well done. First of all, the horror elements were more about like self-erasure than like anything supernatural. So this book to me didn't really feel scary, which is why I enjoyed it much more than I was expecting to, because typically when I'm reading horror, I'm reading it to pass the time, and I don't expect to like rate it anything higher than 3 stars. But this book was excellent and it was so good. First of all, I loved all the queer elements to it. Like the characters are so well developed and so distinct. The representation is so good. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. I loved their friendship so much. The perspective made so much sense. I loved the flashbacks. I loved everything about it. This book is excellent and it's so good. I will be talking about it more in my next recent reads video probably. But anyway, this book is excellent and I really, really enjoyed it from the beginning to the end. Like, it's so excellent and it's so well done. I loved it all. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly, highly recommend it. So in conclusion, I hope this video helps diversify your bookshelf. I need every queer person to know that you are normal and you deserve happiness and safety and love in the world. So with that said, if you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the cheese emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching and subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!